guys, I wanted to give you a quick 30-minute core workout. All right, this is going to target your extended core, which includes shoulders to knees and everything in between. All right, so at times you are going to feel a little bit of leg work, a little bit of shoulder work, but ultimately we're going to be focusing on our core, low abs, upper abs, and obliques. All right, so to keep this to a 30-minute quick workout, I'm going to ask you to do 45 seconds on each exercise. We're going to go through 5 exercises of standing work and then repeat. We're going to do 5 exercises of face down work and then repeat. And then 5 in face up, and guess what? Repeat. Okay, so let's get started here. I'm going to show you each of the moves. I'm going to start with a straight arm torso twist. So if I can get you just to plant those palms together, and then I'm going to twist to one side, pause in the middle, twist to the other side. And all abdominal work is greatly enhanced by our use of breath. So if I could get you to exhale on those twists and then inhale in the middle, that's going to make that all the more effective for you. Okay, so there's our torso twist. We're going to move on to a standing squat crunch, okay? I should say squat and then a standing crunch, and we're going to alternate our sides here. So squat, crunch, squat, crunch. You can do that as quickly as you want to, so maybe you're ready for some cardio, get the blood pumping because we are still in warm-up mode, all right? Or you could slow it down and maybe just really concentrate on effectively crunching that core, okay? It's your workout, so you get to make these decisions. Stand to plank jack, okay? So it's a little bit like a burpee, but there's no push-up and there's no jump. You're gonna come down, out, jack, and then stand. Now, I haven't forgotten those of my people out there who like modifiers. So maybe we come down, we step out, we step to the side, step back in, and then come to a stand. All right, so there's no jumping. If that's not friendly to your joints, you don't have to include it. Okay, horse pose. A little bit of a yoga term for you here. Heels in, can you see my heels down there? Heels in, toes out. And then I'm going to settle in down here at the bottom. And I'm going to go right side, inside the leg, reach for the heel. Okay, now, your body will only do so much for you here. You need your brain to control this movement. So what I'm asking you for is to actively crunch that side on your left to bring you back to neutral. All right? Don't go mindless with this one. Hey, good thing is, the more you're concentrating on that left side and doing those effective curls to bring you back to neutral, the less you're going to think about how your legs are getting really tired in that horse pose. All right? Okay. Warrior 3, so a little bit more yoga inspired here. Come down. And then when I come up, I'm going to crunch. So I'm going to plant my right leg and then left side. Make it a little bigger here for you. Anytime we work with balance, we're working from here, okay? If you get caught up in thinking about your limbs and how that leg back there is not getting as high as you want to, it's not going to work, okay? If you can center this, then you can give me a much more steady movement, all right? So just put your brain in the middle and stay there. All right, that was 5 moves, so it's time for you to go back to the beginning of the list and do everything maybe on that second side, okay, if it's applicable. All right, time to move on. I'm going to bring you down to the floor here because we're going to do our face down work, all right? So get my Sideshow Bob hair out of the way. We're going to start with a shuffle. I want this to be a bear shuffle. So I always tell people bear means knees barely above the floor. All right. So give me 2 shuffles to the right, but every time you move, you're going to dip the knees. All right. I'm going to tap the floor and then 2 to the left. Shuffle, tap, shuffle, tap to the right. Got it? This whole time, I'm going to be nice and steady, and I'm going to try to keep my back flat as if I'm a coffee table and I need to balance a beverage up there. All right? Okay, plank to dolphin. Let's put our right arm on the floor and wrap our left hand around that right fist, okay? From here, plank position, and I'm gonna pike the hips behind me, lower the ears between the shoulders, and then come to neutral. Now this can be nice and slow because we're really working with stability here. All right? Now your second time through, if you really want to reach those heels toward the floor in that movement, you'll get a nice stretch down the backside. Okay, come back into tabletop. This time I'm gonna let that left knee stay on the floor, okay? Which means I'm gonna need left arm, right leg, crunch first, and then flare, all right? Now once I get the movement down, now I'm gonna worry about that back foot. And I'm gonna ask you to flex it rather than point the toe. So it's like you're gonna press your heel against the wall behind you so we can activate the glutes. All right? You'll stay on that one side. And then of course, when we repeat these 5 moves, that's when you get to switch and do the other side. Okay, stack those arms for me. I call these I Love Jeannie arms, all right? And you're gonna put them on the floor. We're gonna roll into a side plank and then dip the hip. All right, switch arms, dip the hip. Now, if things are getting a little spicy in the shoulders or in the core for you and you need to change that up a bit, you can absolutely do this one from your knees. Take a look. I'm gonna roll and then dip. Staying on the knees, I'm gonna pass through to the other side, dip, all right? So always options. Okay. This last one of my favorites, it's not very tough to get used to. You're gonna shift forward and shift back. But the mistake that I do see from people is this. You're used to doing that dolphin move that we did a little bit ago, and so you're still piking your hips. Can you lower those down for me? Stay parallel with the floor. Just come back and then really push into your heels when you move backward. You're gonna get a nice calf stretch out of that and also make that move really effective. Okay, so that was all of our face down work. It's time for you to start at the beginning of those 5 and go through it again. After that, we can move on to face up. Sunny side up here, I'm gonna come down, all right, on your mat or what have you. I need you to be able to see more of me, so I guess I'll come back here. All right, take a look. I'm gonna slide my hands up toward my knees and then place them on the floor, bridge. All right, up, bridge. Now when you're doing that, the rule for abs is, this is my invisible tennis ball. I'm gonna put it between my chin and my chest. And anytime I am doing abs, I'm gonna hold that distance chin to chest, okay? To keep from straining. All right, you can go ahead and stay down there. We're gonna do a half banana, all right? So it's a little bit like a jackknife, but I'm gonna be able to leave one leg planted, so that knee's gonna stay right here, all right? I'm gonna let that other leg stretch out, take my arms overhead, and try to meet in the middle. Now for this one, I can go ahead and point my toes, and that's gonna help activate my abs. But I still need to hold that tennis ball, all right? So here we go. Really reach up high, and then extend. That's your half banana. Okay, things are getting a little more heated here. We're gonna take both legs and stretch them out, all right? 1, 2, switch. 1, 2, switch. That 1, 2 is me lifting my navel toward my thigh. I don't want you to think nose toward knee. That asks for a little bit too much neck, okay? But navel toward thigh is good, all right? Switch, switch, switch. If it starts to get a little tough and you need to put a bend in those knees, go for it, okay? I'd rather have you keep moving than stop altogether because that long lever is just no good. Okay, boat hold. Speaking of levels and modifications. Here's a good one because we get 3 different ways to do this move. All right. Shoulders down, good posture in the back, light touch on the floor, light touch on the floor with the heels. This is boat level 1. This is where things sit heavy. It's in the center. I'm very much rooted here through the glutes and in the core. All right, so there's level 1. Level 2, I'm gonna float the limbs. I might hold my arms out here because it helps with my balance. And then I'm going to hold the knees up, again, like a coffee table, like I could put something up there. All right. If this starts to get spicy, but I really don't want to get down to level 1 again, I could do this. I can also do this if I need a moment to fix my posture. All right. I just needed a little break and then I can go back to level 2. Level 3 is going to bring you up here, point the toes. Take the fingertips, point them toward the toes. All right, try to keep your elbows and your knees somewhat lined up. Woo, that one gets hard. All right, we're gonna move on. We got one more. This is my cherry on top, all right? By the end of this workout, by your second time doing this next move, you're gonna feel like you worked your core, all right? So, good posture here, but I'm gonna let you rest on the elbows momentarily. Tennis ball in place, light heels on the floor. We're gonna start off nice. One arm, then the other. I'm gonna try not to shift my torso too much in between, okay? I'm gonna try not to move anything but those hands. I really do wanna keep my fingertips on the floor. The mistake that I see with this one too often are people reaching away from the floor. It's not as effective, believe it or not. I need you to stay low with that reach. Now, if you're a superhero, you want to really go for it, give me both arms at the same time. Woo! Hey, if we're not quite there yet, we're a little bit superhero. We're a superhero in training. 1 arm, 2 arms, 1 arm, 2 arms. All right? Give me what you can. 45 seconds. It's going to burn something up in there. You're going to feel really good about your workout. All right, guys, I hope you liked this one. I hope you do it. I hope you send me text messages and Facebook messages that say, you brat. My abs are sore. That's what I want to hear. All right, guys, work safe and happy Mother's Day.